Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is John. I'm a full-time Java developer working in Oracle. This is an introductory tutorial for Java, which will be helpful for anyone who wants to start learning Java. In case you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, so without waiting, let's get started. So, why learn Java? So Java is widely popular and used across multiple applications, like be it a mobile, uh, be it a web-based application. Everywhere you'll find Java. Multiple devices, even printers, TV, everywhere you'll find this Java's applications. So it started with in 1991 by Sun Microsystems, and I mean this is just an introduction, so I won't go in very depth. And James Gosling is the one who started Java. So why Java is popular? So the reason being, it's like you can write it once and you can run it anywhere. So what is meant by this? So when we say this, it means you can create a Java program in Windows application, and without doing anything, you'll be able to run it in Linux application. I mean, it's you can create a program in one platform and you'll be able to run it in multiple other platforms. So you don't need to change your code a bit to do that. So that's why Java is very fast and popular across multiple organizations. So right now also there are a lot of competitors are coming to in the market, but still Java is one of the popular languages. Okay, so there are like three versions are there. Like one is Java Standard Application, Enterprise Application, and Java Micro Edition. So first one is that this is what we call as core Java. So it's like you can create client-side standalone application. So what do you mean by standalone application? It means that there is no server client. That stuff is not there. It's like it will be deployed in one particular system, and you'll be using that from there. And Java Enterprise Edition, it's like you can make use of there are servlets, JSPs. So those are server based technology. It means you'll be needing the server for deploying your application. So it's like you'll be deploying your application in the server, then you'll be accessing it through the server. So that is the enterprise. But in case of standard edition, it's like the Java compiler. You can just public static void main, you'll write that and you can directly run it. And micro edition is for uh, developing applications which will be running in mobile. Next is before learning Java, we need to know what is there inside when we talk about Java, how it is run, and how to create a program, how this program is being compiled, and how internally it is running. So for that, we need to understand these three things: JDK, JRE, and JVM. So let's start with JVM. So JVM is the Java virtual machine. So JVM is the one which provides the runtime environment in which the Java bytecode can be executed. So like Java program, what do we mean by it? It's like you create a Java application, that extension would be .java. So when you'll be compiling that, it will be converted to a .class file, and this is the one which will get executed. So in JVM, like whenever after compilation, so JVM is responsible for converting that .class file. That is the bytecode which is created when you compile a Java program. So that is responsible for generating the output. It is the one which provides the runtime environment. And next is JRE. So JRE is Java runtime environment. So it constitutes of JVM plus libraries and other files. Like whenever in any application you add the JRE, so you can see inside that rt.jar and a lot of other jars. So every like that string.class string java.util.string that we use, so that is present inside rt.jar file. So those jar files enable us to write programs, write those programs related to those class files, like the string, hash map, and all these uh, pre-existing class files are provided by this JRE. Next is JDK. So JDK is like JRE plus all other development tools. Like it constitute, and you can refer this diagram here. The JVM plus library and other files constitutes JRE, and JRE plus development tools constitutes JDK. So what is development tools? Like whenever we install JDK, so you can see inside the bin fold, inside the libraries, like I can show you here. For example, here, yeah. So if you go here, program files, Java, then you open it, and here, library, not libraries, the bin folder, you can see all these like Java C and java.exe. So these are responsible, like whenever you compile using Java C. So this is the program which is executed. These are the development libraries, so which we use while executing Java applications. So Java W also you can see here. So this is responsible for creating web services. So let's start with how to install Java. So you can directly go to Google and type installing JDK. I would recommend installing JDK because it will come with all the libraries, so which will be helpful for all of you. So just go here, install Java, install JDK, and you'll find the link from Oracle. So here, Java SE downloads, that is Java Standard Edition. So this is the core Java part. So you can download. So here you can download the required JDK, and based on your like platform, whether it is Linux, Windows, and 32-bit and 64-bit, it will vary. So you'll have to download the appropriate version for you. Like you can accept, and there are different options like Mac, Linux, Windows. So I downloaded this 64-bit version, this one here, and installed this. So once this is completed, you'll be able to run this exe file and install it. So I won't be pausing my video for this because I have already installed this, so I can directly go ahead and show you. It'll create a folder like this here. So you can see a folder inside program files like this, and you can see whether it is installed or not. And then next thing would be you'll have to configure this. So okay, so one more thing I missed. Like first, you can also verify whether Java is pre-installed or not. In that case, only you need to install. So you can type Java you go to command prompt and you can type Java over here. So if you see any results, then it means Java is installed and configured properly. So if you don't see it, then it means Java is not there, or Java is installed but you haven't added it into the environment variable. So after installing Java, you need to add it to the environment variable. So I'll show you how I have done that. So you can also try doing it in your machine. So you can right click on my computer, go to properties, then advanced system settings, environment variables. Here you can see I have added the JDK path to the Java home system variable, and then this one, and then in the path you have to add it. Like here I have added this path. Like Java home, it will be referring to the path which I created earlier, and inside that it will refer bin folder. So as I have shown you earlier, that inside bin folder, so whenever you'll be compiling using Java C, and whenever we'll be running using Java, so all these things will be referred from here. So by adding that, you'll be able to access that from the command line. So after adding that, when you run Java, then you'll be able to see the output. Yeah. So once you are done with installing Java, next thing would be to get an IDE and start working. So without IDE, it is very difficult to do programming. Because a lot of pre-existing functions, suppose you are working in a very big application in which a lot of packages, lot of classes, everything is there. So like suppose a lot of functions are existing inside a class and you want to call it from another function. So sorry, from another class. So in that case, IDEs will enable you to uh, before calling that, you can see what all existing methods are there. And you can tweak a lot of things. It will help you finding resources faster. You can search for files. A lot of additional functionalities were provided by IDE. So I would recommend using IDE because that is the one which we use in real-time development environments. So in between Eclipse and NetBeans, I would prefer Eclipse. So I'll show you the Eclipse, and for NetBeans, if you want to install NetBeans, so you can also try that. You can search in Google and install it. Eclipse, I'll just show that what you need to do. So for installing it, you can directly Google it. Sorry, typo here. You can go to the link. And here a lot of versions are there. So Oxygen being the highest, and Ganymede being the oldest version which is available right now. So you can choose anyone in between, like Marsh I would prefer, because the latest release, while adding some package plugins and all, you might face issues. So you can try Mars and Neon in between these two. So, okay, so from here you can choose the versions what you need for your operating system. So you can directly go ahead and download it. So after that, you'll extract that and open the folder, and then you'll be having one .exe, eclipse.exe file, so that you can just double click and open it. So I've already done that. So I'll just open the Eclipse application and I'll give you the demo. So next thing in our slide is a sample program, how to write it and how to execute it. So let me start my IDE. I have installed Eclipse Neon. So, okay, just let me just give you a basic introduction of what all things we use in Eclipse IDE. So first thing would be like in what perspective you want to develop the application. For example, you are building a dynamic web project. So then in that case, your perspective, you can change it to Java EE. So here it is. You can see, so a lot of perspectives are there. So basic things like Java and Java EE we mostly use. And like, for example, you are doing Spring, Hibernate, other applications. So when you install that plugin over here, you'll see that perspective here. So that thing you can choose and develop that. So I'll choose Java because I'll be just creating a taste Java file and with a main method. So I'll choose Java here. And next thing I'll try is I'll create a Java project, and you can give any name. Like I have given tutorial 1. Like I'll just give it because I already created it. I won't be clicking the create button. So I'll just uh, show you what all I used when I created this tutorial 1. So taste 1 2. and this is the location where this will be created. Second thing would be JRE. So when you install JDK, as I already mentioned, JRE also comes with that. So here you can choose a JRE. So Eclipse will use internally that JRE, and you can do next. So here, like whatever Java files you will create, so that dot class file, like I said, whenever you create a dot Java file, you'll compile it. So when you compile it, it will create a dot class file. So that dot class file will be created over here. So then you click on finish. So it will create a project like this with, you can see it will add the source folder and JRE system library. Like I was telling you that rt.jar and all these jar files are part of this JRE. The slide which I have shown you earlier, you can see here. See this JRE and this inside this JVM and libraries. So this library is this one. All these libraries are part of this JRE. So the important one would be this rt.jar, and most other things I haven't explored. So JavaFX would be this one. Okay, so you can explore more on that. So this is just an introductory tutorial. So I'll just go ahead and whenever we start writing any class, अरे, बोला ना? Huh? So here you can like I'll delete whatever is existing. Where is my cursor? Yeah. So here I'll delete this package and I'll show you from the beginning what happened. Yeah. So this will be the basic structure when you create a basic Java project. So you can go ahead and create a class file. So class is the basic thing you'll be creating in Java. So the class is the skeleton. So I mean, whenever you create a class and you instantiate it, object will be there. So those things will come in my later tutorials. So as this is a basic, so I'll just go ahead and create a basic sysout function, sysout application. So here you can see it created a package tutorial because while creating it, it took it by default. So package is the one, it's like inside this folder, this particular class will be residing. It's like a folder only. But in Java, it's like package. So I created it. I ticked in that main function that when it will create the class, it will add the main function by default. And so I'll be going over this package, this public, I mean, what all keywords we have. So that thing will come in my later tutorial. So here, just the basic, as I said. So I'll add like CISO, like this thing. You typed CISO and when you did control space over here, so you got to, you found this function over here. So this thing you can find it only ID. So if you do the coding in Notepad, you will have to write all by yourself. I'll write what I had over here. Welcome to Java. I'll save it and I'll try to run it. So here you can see the output came. So we need to understand how this output came from this program, how it converted this to the class, and how it proceeded of executing that .class file into this output. So I'll show you how it does how Eclipse is doing it internally. I'll go back to my slide. Yeah, here you can see whenever you create a program, you had to compile it. Eclipse is doing it internally. Okay, so if you want me, I can also tell you how it does. So I'll just cover the theory first, and then I'll execute it in command prompt, and I'll show you how it does internally. So first thing is Eclipse compiles this using JavaC test.java file. Test.java, this is the command. So when you do this, it you can see here in this diagram, whenever you create the source code, that source code, it is compiled. So when you compile this using this program, it converts that program into a .class file. This is the bytecode. And this bytecode is again run by JVM, and it converts it into the result. Okay, so that's how it works internally. Here you can see that bytecode whenever you are executing. So when you did javac that taste.java, so it converted into taste.class file. So this is the taste.class file here. So that taste.class file again is interpreted by JVM to convert it into the output, proper output. So it is okay. Let me talk about the whether Java is platform dependent, independent, and the platform dependence of the JVM. So Java is platform independent. So you write it in Windows, you can run it in Linux. So how it is possible, how Java is so uh, I mean, how it is so independent of the operating system, like how it is doing the things internally, because the structure of Linux application and the structure of Windows application would be very different, right? So but the .java file is the same. Okay, and that .class file, so you write an application, you convert it into a .class file, you give it to any platform, they'll be able to execute it. So how it does it? So JVM is actually platform independent. So whenever you compile any class, so it converts into a .class file. So till that part it is fine. But that .class file is again used by the JVM to convert that .class files things into the output. So how it does it? So JVM is platform dependent. It means the JVM which you'll be installing. So whenever you downloaded the Java, so you had chosen whether you are installing it for Linux, whether you are installing it for Windows, you had chosen that, right? So the JVM for Linux and Windows, it would be platform dependent. So it will vary based on the structure of the operating system. It will vary. So JVM for Windows is different, JVM for Linux is different, JVM for Mac is different, right? So that .class file is interpreted. So .class file, that is universally accepted. Okay, so you convert it to a .class file, that is universally accepted. So but that .class file, when you give it to any platform, so that specific JVM would be responsible for converting it into output. That's why it is planned. That's why you can write one time and you can run it in anywhere. Write once and run it anywhere. So that thing is there. So you write it in Windows, you compile that, you convert it into a .class file, you give it to a Linux platform, and that .class file, they'll use that JVM, that Linux JVM, so it will convert that into the output. So that's why Java is platform independent, but JVM, that is platform dependent. So this is a tricky question we used to ask any person who comes for interview. This is a very common question, whether JVM is platform dependent or platform independent. The answer would be it is platform dependent, and Java is platform independent. So I'll just mm, show you how it where it created this .class file and all, and how we can execute it from the command prompt. So here, as I told you, like when we are creating this project, it took that bin folder. Inside that bin folder, it will be creating the output file. So I'll go directly to that directory and I'll show you the .class file which is created. So I'll go here. Sorry. you can see whatever project. So this is the workspace, Eclipse workspace. I went to the project which I created. So here you can see whatever package. This is a package. Tutorial one is a package, and this is the Java file you created. That .class, that class file whenever you're creating. Okay, so Java file is here. So next is whenever you compiled it, Eclipse compiles it. Okay, so then it creates this .class file. Then this .class file is interpreted. This .class file is used by JVM to convert it. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this source file here, this source file, for example, here to any other directory. Let's say I'll delete this stuff. I'll copy paste it here. Okay, and I'll just remove that one. Okay, let's try it first, then we'll see. So here I'll go to the command prompt. So before running this, make sure when you type Java, the output comes, and you can also see the Java version like this. Which version? Sorry. So currently I'm in this 1.8.0_121 version. This is the latest when I'm doing this. So here you navigate to D directory and you do a Java C test.java. So the moment I triggered this, it compiled that this .java file and it created this test.class file. This you are able to see. Earlier it was not there. Right now only it created, right? So then you can type Java and then you can run this class file. Now the problem is coming because actually that package name is referred over here when we created using Eclipse. You can see here when we created using Eclipse, so that package name is added, but here I just copied it outside that project structure and all. So that's why the problem is there, because it's actually expecting this test file to be inside that package. So I'll delete that and I'll try it again. I'll try to run that two commands again. You can see the output is coming in the command console. So that's it for the introduction of Java. So more tutorials I'll be creating and uploading. So if you like my video, please give a thumbs up. Yeah, in case you have any questions, please post it in the comment section. I'll be answering it. So that's it, guys. That's the end of my introductory session. Have a good day. Bye bye.